Hello and welcome to the video where I paint over an old jigsaw puzzle because I have nothing else to do. Please enjoy. So what you're seeing right now is me sorting all of the jigsaw pieces before I even start, because if you don't do that, if you don't flip them all around, you don't sort them into sides, corners and other, then you're a psychopath and you need to be stopped, because that's just the normal thing to do. Anyway, I digress. Basically, my plan was like any other jigsaw, just to, go around the sides, kind of build from there, start with the really obvious colours and areas that are easy to find the pieces for. Not gonna lie, completely forgot how fun jigsaw puzzles were. Like, this was only a 200 one, and it was also, meant for kids. 8+ might I add, so I was fine. It wasn't, it wasn't me just doing like a jigsaw meant for 2-year-olds. I kind of felt bad halfway through this puzzle because I realised I'm just gonna be basically destroying it by painting over it, so I said my final goodbyes to it, but it was time to move on from princesses and horses and castles. And here you see me completely destroy an old shitty brush because I had to do like 4 layers of paint just to, not really see anything. Eventually I managed to get the somewhat flat white area, and then I kind of just gave up because I was going to be putting colour over it anyway, so I was just going to hope and pray that that would get rid of all the imperfections. And there you see me do the most basic ass sketch ever, because at that point I had only just decided what I was about to do, and it also didn't really help that the acrylic paints I had only came in the 5 different colours: white, black, blue, red and yellow, so I had to actually mix all of the colours manually. And I know enough about colour theory to make basic colours, but at some points I did struggle because it's very hard to get a brown when you basically have to mix every colour together and it still somehow creates purple. I don't know, it was weird. Does anyone else find speed paintings extremely satisfying? Like, even me just watching this right now, I find it so nice just to watch because, this took me a fat amount of time, like a good many hours. I went through like an audiobook and a few podcasts while painting this. There's something about condensing hours and hours of work into just a few minutes that makes it seem like you accomplish so much more. I don't know. I know it's not just me because these things pop off on YouTube, so obviously I'm not the only one that thinks this. My friend also told me that it looked very Bob Ross-esque, which is a great compliment, so thank you. But also, looking back at the painting now, it does have that vibe. Like, I definitely am taking his technique of going from the background to the foreground, but I've never actually watched any of his videos. It's basically just been me watching a video of an artist recreating his paintings or something. I've never actually watched his videos firsthand. But I mean, that's enough to just like pick up tips and tricks, so I can definitely see the similarities. Also, that might be a good idea for a different video entirely, because I'd be down to do one of those if anybody wants to see that, if they enjoy this one, because it'll probably be very similar. So yeah, just let me know if you want to see me fail at that one. At this point I had added most of the details for the mountain and the lake and the foreground, and I kind of wanted to stop there because I didn't know how well the cherry blossoms and branches would turn out, and I didn't want to ruin a painting that had turned out actually okay for once in my life. But I decided I had to do all or nothing, so I had to just go for it and hope for the best. And honestly, I really liked how it turned out. I expected much worse, but it actually looks really nice, and the cherry blossoms were a bit of a bitch to individually paint on, a lot of them, but in the end they ended up looking really nice, so I'm glad I did them. I actually have a plan for what I want to do with this painting because it actually turned out, as I said, very nice. And, you know, I didn't want to just take it apart and put it in a box and put it in storage. I actually want to potentially decorate my room with it. So I have an idea. I don't know if I can pull it off though. If I can, it'll look really cool. But if I can't, then it'll just look really odd and tacky. So, you know, we'll see how that turns out. But hopefully I will film it, so you get to come along for the journey. Now, as much as I say I like this painting, I like it from a distance because, as you can see with these close-ups that I did for the cherry blossoms, it is a bit, what's the word, amateur? Rough on the eyes? You know what I mean. It's not the best if you look real close, which is why you gotta take a few 100 steps back to actually appreciate its beauty, if you know what I mean. Also, keep in mind this was only a 200 piece jigsaw. You know, this is fairly large, but I thought I could possibly, you know, make this a sort of series where I increase the difficulty by, you know, going 300 pieces, 400 pieces, up to like 1,000 or 2,000 and paint those, because honestly, like, doing the jigsaw part would be fun and probably very challenging, but I think it'd be a cool idea and a good way to stretch my painting muscles, because this was fun and all, but I don't paint often, so it's not going to be Renaissance level stuff. You know, if I had to change anything, I probably would go back and just add way more cherry blossoms, which I could do right now, but honestly, like, I said that I finished it, so I finished it. You know, I don't want to go back to it. And with that, here are the close-ups. I think it turned out really nice. As I've said, like, I don't know, 5 times? Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.